What's going on, people? Welcome back to another Teen Mom OG recap, which aired on November 12th on MTV. Now, the show starts off with Caitlin and Tyler. Caitlin and the other girls are getting ready to head to New York for the first press meet and greet since newcomers Bristol and Cheyenne joined the crew. Tyler gets a call from Butch and he'll be going to visit him soon. So Cheyenne is letting Corey take her to the airport or whatever so she can head to New York. She's also taking her mother with her so she can watch the baby back at the hotel. So Corey makes a comment about he's glad that he don't have to deal with none of the drama with girls and all the stuff that comes along with that. He's just there to parent his child. And Cheyenne's like, yeah, but I can handle going by myself. It's just being there like the new girl in school that nobody likes and just not knowing what to expect and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, please shut up and grow up because don't nobody care about all that. So anyway, Corey makes a joke about him just really wanting to go and hook up with Bristol. And it was kind of corny. It wasn't even all that funny. And so she gives him this look of jealousy. I'm like, well, you got a man already, so why would you even care about who Corey wants to hook up with? Ugh. Anyway, these people. Moving right along to a quick scene of Bristol while she's heading to the meet and greet as well. And she's talking about Dakota and all this kind of stuff going on with him. And then Dakota, he's mentioning to the producers about the time when Bristol had almost had him thrown in jail for withdrawing money out of a bank account that they no longer shared. So Macy calls Caitlin and they're just kind of talking about their expectations once they make it to New York and meet the other two cast members. And then they show Ryan's parents, and his dad got kind of choked up about Ryan going to the 90-day treatment and just hope that he comes out better on a straight and narrow. And you could kind of tell that it's taking a toll on his dad. His dad started crying. His mom even started crying. And we've seen her cry before in different episodes. I know that it's hurting her to see her husband go through this with his son and that he loves his son so much. His dad said all he can do is just be there for him, but it's hard to know, that your child is going through something like this. And he just misses him so much. So moving right along to Amber, who has reason to believe that she might be pregnant again. So she's going to be taking a pregnancy test and we will know the results by the end of this episode. Gary is heading to meet with the private investigator to see if he found out any information on his biological father. Unfortunately, he didn't, but Gary's still determined to find out who his real dad is. So Amber and Caitlin will be the first to see each other, and once they made it to New York, lots of hugs and kisses and catching up on everything. And then they got in the SUV and headed over to hair and makeup at the studio, and they got on live while they were on their way over there, took a couple of pictures together, and I couldn't help but notice how pretty Caitlin's makeup is. I mean, whoever did her makeup, maybe she did it herself, but she just has such this natural look. It doesn't take much to kind of bring out the natural beauty in her. So it wasn't caked on or anything. It was just a pretty soft, natural look. And it really brought it out on her, And so, okay, once they made it over to the producers, Amber, she wants reassurance that there's not going to be like a new Pharaoh Abraham coming on the scene. I mean, she was talking like she the only one that had to deal with Farrah and all the crap that came along with her. She even gave this speech about how she displayed a lot of personal things about her life on camera and she deserves respect. And I mean, I know blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. I'm just like, girl, be quiet and stop jumping to conclusions. You're gonna be fine. Farrah's not coming back. Just calm down with all that. It's not all about you. So I'm sorry, y'all. I had to drink a little water. So we go to Tyler. He's talking to his mother and speaking to her about his sister going into detox. And he just mentioned that he's kind of fed up with the fact that she got herself so caught up in drug activity for a minute. And it just sounds like that Tyler can care less. I mean, I know it sounds insensitive, but it just really did sound like he can care less. He couldn't care less, I'm sorry. So now the ladies finally meet Cheyenne and Bristol. And again, Amber needs reassurance that they're not bringing any type of Farrah drama to the scene. And then Macy and Bristol mentioned that they know each other already from doing a teen pregnancy show some years back. And that Farrah was on there with them as well. And not much about her has changed since then. Amber, she got this look on her face like, so Macy, you didn't mention this to me earlier. I'm like, girl, please stop. It's not that serious. She's not there anymore. So stop acting like, that Farrah just traumatized you. She's not there anymore. Just let it go. And to say they can't stand Farrah, which I understand it, they sure have a funny way of showing it because they spend a lot of time talking about her. I'm like, what's the point of spending so much time talking about her instead of just trying to get to know each other, the new cast members? But I guess that makes good TV because I'm pretty sure they edit a lot of things out too. But why, if MTV got rid of her, at the same time, why are they still giving her like free press promotion and showing a lot of scenes of her being talked about? That's what I don't understand. Just let the whole Farrah thing go. You got 2 new people there that I think is disrespectful to keep talking about somebody who's not there anymore. But that's just my opinion. So some of the girls, they all had a good meet and greet. And I think that they're going to have a good season together and stuff. So they toast. And moving right along to Butch and Tyler. And Tyler makes it over to Butch's. I think he's living in a halfway house. And he's looking good. And with Butch, is either he's looking good or he's at his worst. And when he's looking good, he's looking his best. But it's always good to see Butch at his best. And he's just a new person. He even got his driver's license. And I'm noticing Tyler looking like a proud dad to his dad. Like he's so proud of Butch. And, he's just happy that his dad is turning his life around again for the better. So Butch asked Tyler, have he talked to his sister? And Tyler was like, no. And it just seemed like she's doing all this for attention because she never really had a problem with drugs. And then he's giving him this speech about how this is just, it's not just an addiction, it's a sickness. And Tyler is just not trying to hear it. It's like he said that she's just putting on, and as long as he's known his sister, he's never known her to have any type of problems dealing with drugs or any type of problems that'll cause her to turn to drugs. So Butch is just trying to get Tyler to just be a bit more sensitive towards his sister's situation. So Bristol claims that she spent a lot of money on a lawyer trying to prove herself to be right in a situation with Dakota stealing money out of the account. And so I guess the drama continues with that. So anyway, moving right along to Caitlin, she's telling Tyler about her visit in New York and how she like all of the girls and how her and, Bristol are going to just have to grow on each other. I mean, she's a nice person and everything, but she just seems kind of, and then Tyler says conservative. He just took the words right out of her mouth. She was like, yeah. And that was it for that. So now they're showing Gary again and his half brother, and they're doing a paternity test, which will kind of prove if Gary's who's Gary's dad is. And to make a long story short, his results came back negative, that which proves that Gary's half-brother's dad is not Gary's dad. And I don't know, but Gary, he's not going to give up. But he also had paternity test done with someone else. I don't know. I'm just so confused at this point. I'm so confused. Y'all forgive me for this. I'm so confused. But I will have a better update next week on Gary and the results with the paternity test. So Macy is asked about Ryan and how she feels about him going to the 90-day rehab and everything. And she feels pretty good about it. She's positive about it, but she said at the same time that it can go either way with her, because he's going to either come out doing really good, or he's going to come out and nothing changes, which is going to force her to just completely take Bentley out of his life. And it also seems like she don't have much sympathy towards Ryan. But I don't know, maybe it's just that, like, when you have went through something with somebody and it just seems like it doesn't get better, like it's just an ongoing cycle. Like they do good for a little while and then they back to the drugs or whatever the situation is. Like it just makes you kind of discouraged in the results, for them, like in the long run. Like it's not gonna change for the better for a long period of time. So at the same time, I could kind of understand where she's coming from, but she can be kind of harsh at times too. But you also got to look at MTV and the way they edit things. They will make people seem worse off than they is on camera, in real life. And so she just says he's always had it too easy to have to, for him to have to feel the need to turn to any type of drug abuse. So Amber took a pregnancy test, which came back negative, but her reactions was epic. It was like, oh my God, babe, guess what? And then, and I noticed that Andrew's reaction changed from being like super excited to just a little sad. It seemed like he did want another child, which I'm surprised, because most men don't want kids so early back to back like that. Yeah, but I guess Andrew is just one of those type of men that he wants his kids to be close in age. So anyway, this concludes my recap of Teen Mom OG. And if you all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.